Occupational Health and Hospital Administration. He retired as the Vice President, Medical and Occupational Health at Siemens Limited, heading the occupational services in India for all Siemens entities for 20 years. He worked as medical officer for Tata Power for 12 years, and he's working as consultant for Siemens Enterprise Communication Limited, medical advisor at SAP India, lifestyle management consultant at PT Hinduja National Hospital, Mumbai, lifestyle management consultant, Jupiter Hospital, Thane, and managing director, Lifestyle Enhancing Solutions India Private Limited. Lot of awards are there to his credit. He has been awarded OHSF IUH Oration, awarded fellowship by Indian Association of Occupational Health, then awarded Lifetime Achievement Award for the contribution in the field of occupational health, and L&T Oration, Golden Jubilee Commemoration Award Oration, ADM Memorial Oration, KM Bensali Oration, Britannia Award, and Best Resource Person Award. As a professional, he has worked as occupational physician for 32 years and past president of Indian Association of Occupational Health during the Golden Jubilee year. He is a trustee member of the WorkSafe India Fund and ex-member of CII National Committee. He is conducting regular lifestyle management workshop and authored and co-authored many papers on occupational health at national and international conferences, and he is chairman advisory board occupational health at Lokmanya Hospital, Pune, and published a chapter on lifestyle management in occupational and environmental health, which is a practical manual, and participated in Global Health Clinic Healthcare Management of Physician Executives at Harvard Medical School, Boston, USA in 2007. Now, sir, as I have already informed you that during this COVID pandemic, maintaining one's mental well-being during a pandemic is an important as containing the viruses. Youngsters are facing relationship issues, losing patience with their partners, employees worried about when they will get their next paycheck, when it will come, students will with hazy academic futures, and people living alone who just want someone to talk to. This is a time for action for we all at IUH also. During and after pandemic, one should not lose sight of mental health. We are in unprecedented times, and it is natural to need help in coping with our situation. So Dr. Shiva Ramakrishnan is the right person to address this particular topic, and that's the reason why we have requested him, and he has agreed to make the address today. I would also request Dr. Gajendra Kumar, our president of AUSD, to welcome Dr. Shiva Ramakrishnan. Dr. Gajendra Kumar, sir.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome, Dr. Shiva. And this is a good opportunity to communicate with all our members across the country with the least hassles, I must say. And as Dr. Sandeep has given a very elaborate introduction of Dr. Shiva, all of us know that he is a very well-known person in the field, and I will not come into between his lecture at this point of time, and I will request Dr. Shiva to straight away start his deliberation. Thank you.
Dr. Shiva, please.
Yeah, you have unmuted me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good evening, everybody. First of all, thank you, Dr. Sandeep,
yes,
for the kind words of introduction. And I'm going to talk on stress and COVID. And please remember, I'm not going to talk anything spiritual because that is not my field. So I will be talking only on how to manage yourself, because we have to understand that mismanaging ourselves is the most. Now, three things which is very, very important for everyone, whether it is COVID or non-COVID. is that first is learn to adjust and accept the change. The problem comes because we do not accept the change. I'm sure none of us, not only in the gathering here, but in the world, have ever gone through a phase like this in our life. It is a thing which we have to accept and accept to change. Because we were all very busy going all over the place, we cannot accept now that I can't sit and stay at home. No. The harm we do is for ourselves. I'll give you a simple example. All of us drive. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Some of you may not, but most of us drive. But in driving, there are many people who hate driving. And there are many people who like driving. So everything has got two sides. So it is very important to adjust and accept. Second is develop patience. I don't know whether all of you are aware. India is a country of impatience. People have no patience at all. Everything has to happen just at the flick of the coin, which is not possible. So in this type of conditions, patience is the most important thing. And third point is be positive. I don't know whether our media, social media, is it positive? We'll talk about it a little later. But thinking positive is very, very important for us. And for that, nobody can do anything except yourself. All of you are aware this pandemic is induced a considerable fear and worries in the population at large, but among particularly elderly adults, care providers, people with underlying health conditions, both physical and mental, and people with weak mind. In public health terms, the main psychological impact, main psychological impact is the elevation of stress and anxiety. But as new measures and impacts are introduced, especially we have now quarantine and its effect, the many people's usual activities, routines and livelihoods, levels of loneliness, depression, harmful consumption of alcohol. Fortunately, the alcohol shops have opened now. Otherwise, people would be using alcohol as a parameter to overcome the problem. Drug abuse and self-harm and suicidal behavior. In the population already heavily affected, there is a problem of access, continuity for people, mental health problems. Major concerns is mental health because of the fear. So the impact is both physical and mental, because we have to understand that mental health is going to have a say in your physical health. We are into a new era of life. As I told you, none of us have ever thought of such a period in our life. From a sedentary life, You have gone to totally sedentary. Physical isolation from associates. We are staying at home. Lack of outside movements because it is not advisable to go out. Dependence on social media. Lack of facilities to do exercise. This is the first time in the history of the world gyms have been closed to make you fit. Increased alcohol consumption. Fear during pandemic. There is a fear of falling ill and dying. Any health problem, people have a fear that if I go to the hospital, will I get COVID? Those who are at home, they have a fear whether they will lose job, fear of being socially excluded, placed in quarantine, feeling powerless in protecting loved ones and fear of losing loved ones, refusal to take care of unaccompanied separated minors, people with disabilities, the elderly due to fear of infection because parents or caregivers have taken into quarantine, because this is a big issue which happens. Feeling of helplessness, boredom, loneliness, depression due to being isolated. Now please remember, when a person has a sense of helplessness, the effect of stress is very high. That is where we have to develop the confidence that nowhere I would be helpless. The other things are insufficient personnel and capacity to implement basic self-care, especially among people living with disability. Insufficient information about the long-term exposure to individuals infected with COVID. Fear that health workers or frontline workers or friends or family will result into COVID and will pass the COVID to others. Deterioration in social networks. Now please remember, today maximum fear is being created by social network. I'll tell you an example. We have a ex-employees, that is retired employees group, an email group. One of the ex-HR person sent an email to all the ex-employees, and an email from a doctor. The email contained that if you are quarantined, what you should do, I do understand. If you are yourself and your wife are quarantined, what you should do, I can understand. Further, if you get admitted and die, what you should do. If both of you get admitted and die, what you should do. Now, such an email doesn't create any happiness in anybody. So I wrote to the HR person that please do not increase the stress of people. And this is very, very common. Now you tell me, what is the reason for sending the condition of Sion Hospital, where dead bodies are kept along with patients? I can understand the media because media requires publicity. But among people, they keep on sending these things, which doesn't give rise to any positive effect. Last time also we discussed something about the Italian doctor who has made a statement that the COVID patients who died, they died because of thrombosis. Yes or no? Yes. Now, Europe is a country where infections are not that common. As per my observations and experience, any infection which goes beyond control becomes a septicemia, leads to DIC, and DIC leads to end organ failure and death, which is very well known in our country. But there is a doctor who has put it in the Facebook that everybody take Dispirin daily. Now, see, as doctors, we can understand, but Facebook is a layman's media. And all of us know that studies have shown that prophylactic use of low-dose aspirin for prevention of coronary artery disease has caused more damages than preventing coronary artery disease. So why should the media be used for these type of propaganda, which is very, very bad? Then stigma towards surviving patients being rejected by the community. All of us know that patients, once they are cured, they are not infective. And possible higher emotional state, anger, aggression against government and frontline workers, which we see, every day we see. Possible mistrust in the information which government gives. So, be empathetic to all those who are affected. People who are affected with COVID-19 have done nothing wrong. They deserve support, compassion, and kindness. Do not call the people who are affected as COVID-19 cases, victims, COVID-19 families, the deceased. You can say people who have COVID-19, people who are being treated for COVID-19, people who are recovering from COVID-19. This I have told you already. There are people, if you today put up a news channel, you hear only about COVID. So minimize your looking at news channels and look at something which you enjoy. I have been watching all the old cricket matches. Why? Because it is I enjoy that. Instead of watching Arnab Goswami. So it is very, very important to get a change in your outlook to see televisions. Get the facts and not rumors, which I have already told you. Protect yourself and be supportive to others. This is very, very important. There are societies where the elderly people are taken care totally, because the elderly people They may not have the children here. So it is very, very important to be supportive. Find opportunities to amplify positive and hopeful stories. Give stories of people who have recovered. That will give a positive effect rather than putting that this particular person in this area where COVID died. So be positive. We should appreciate the healthcare workers and the care providers. Managing your mental health and psychological well-being during this time is as important as managing your physical health. Healthcare workers definitely experience a lot of fear because in now, I don't know about Delhi, but in Mumbai, there is a request that all the doctors below the age of 50 should work for COVID-19. They have exempted people beyond 60. For your staff, keep them informed, protect them from stress, chronic stress, poor mental health during this response means that they'll have a better capacity to fulfill their roles. Be sure to keep in mind that current situation is not going to go overnight. It will take long time. Ensure good quality communications. Ensure that the staff are aware and how they can access mental health and psychological support. Orient all responders, including nurses, everybody, on basic emotional and practical support to the affected people. Manage urgent health problems and neurological complaints among patients who have delirium, psychosis, severe anxiety, depression, with emergency and general health facilities. Ensure that all the essential psychotropic medications are available. For children, be close to your children. Of course, many of you may be having grandchildren. Many of you will have children. So be close to your children because this is the time when children require your support. Utilize this time to create a better bonding between yourself and your children. Communicate to your children positive things. Communicate to your children exactly what is COVID and communicate to the children the importance of taking safety measures. And during stress and crisis, it is common for children to seek more attachment. So be closer to your children. Promote the hidden abilities in your children. Teach them something which can be taught within the house. In games, you can play something like a carom board. And please remember, the most important thing in preventing stress is that in carom board also, please try to make your child win. Don't be a winner always. At least with your children, be good enough to allow them to win, because that gives a lot of happiness to them, and which is a positive emotion. Share facts with the elderly, help them, teach simple exercises at home to the elderly. If you're isolated, stay connected and maintain your social networks. During times of stress, pay attention to your needs, your own needs and feelings. Ways to manage this: have social distancing, but not psychological distancing. Introspect with positive memories. Remember the positive things of past. Don't think of the negative things. Don't think of the negative of the future. Think of the present. Enjoy your present. Stop watching only COVID news. Develop better relations with near and dear ones. Stop unwanted communications on social media. Have a proper diet. Do regular exercises. Now, basic exercises like do some skipping. Every apartment has got staircase which is not used, especially in multi-storied. Go up and down the staircase, which is a very simple exercise and which would give a lot of benefit to you. You can learn yoga online because yoga will help you to relax. Practice mindfulness. If on medication, take it regularly and learn to get used to the change in life for future. Keep your staff protected from stress. Work for change of attitudes and promote positive health. Recognize employees with stress and burnout. Ensure good quality communication. Ensure that the staff gets sufficient rest breaks. Create a better work-life balance. Facilitate the access to ensure staff as they aware of where and they can access for mental health and psychological support. Manage urgent mental health, which I have already talked. So what is going to be the future? Many organizations are changing to work from home. TCS has already announced. Most of the IT companies have already started because there is a great advantage for all these corporates to work from home because they are reducing the overhead costs, which would help them to be more profitable. Masking to be a part of life, not masking in the other sense, but wearing mask, because that will become a part of life for future. Social distancing, which is never existed in our country, will become a part of our life. Travel and traffic, both will reduce. Job recruitments will become global because if it is going to be work from home, you can work anywhere. Activities and purchases to become totally online. Less congestion in the cities. Mental health, illness and NCD to take a big leap. So before I end, I'll give you a small story. This is regarding lockdown. And this is basically based on the fact that because of lockdown, people are having a lot of problems. And all of you know that nowadays you see Ramayana. Ramayana is again relayed. Yes or no? Ramayana is relayed. So in today's modern age, Ramayana, Ravan came to the apartment where Rama was staying. So he knocked the door. A lady opened. The moment the lady opened, he wanted to take her away. So the lady said, "Oh भाई जी, मैं तो गंगूबाई हूं." Gangubai is the maid. So Ravan said, "अरे भाई मैं आपको ही लेके जाऊंगा. आप वो राम सीता को लेके जाएगा तो राम को कुछ फर्क नहीं पड़ेगा, लेकिन आपको लेके जाएगा तो पूरे गांव को फर्क पड़ेगा." That is the position in the society today. Everybody realizes the importance of Gangubai. So please take care, please be safe, and take care of your mental health as much as you take care of your physical health. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Shiva.
Thank you.
Can you stop the screen sharing, sir? Yeah. So it was a really very practical and easy to do tips which have been given by Dr. Shiva. And the three most important things for everyone is to adjust and accept the change, and develop patience and be positive. Certain other things which he has told, I have noted them down. In the last, I'll tell them. Sir, I would like to ask one thing from you, like how stress, stigma, and sleep loss they caused by COVID-19, they are taking a heavy toll on the mental health.
It is taking a heavy toll on mental health because nobody has faced such a stress in their life. So it is unless you accept it. Because see, please, see, a problem may not be a problem to X, but it may be a big problem to Y. The problem is the same. So if a person has a negative thinking, he would think only the worst. Now you tell me, when have you got so much time to spend with your near and dear ones? So take it as positive, no?
Yeah.
Because see, very important, the salaries are going to be a problem. That is going to happen. But your expenses have come down. So all this is going to happen. We have to see how we can adjust to that.
So we have seen that in India, lot of social stigma is there in relation to COVID-19. Do you think it is a major roadblock in India's path to recovery from COVID-19?
Why there is a thinking like that? Why there is this concept is there? Because we have not communicated properly. Our thinking is different. Our thinking, Indians are traditionally a negative thinker. So that is how it happens.
We have to change our way of thinking.
Way of thinking has to change.
Yeah.
See, the very important thing, why we are having more stress than others, because we have changed the way we were, but we have not changed the way we think. So it doesn't match.
That's right, sir. And now one more question, another question from my side, sir.
Yeah.
Like how the impact of novel coronavirus outbreak depends not only on the nature of the virus, but also in the manner in which the society reacts to the disruptions caused by it. The disruptions which are caused in the society because of the virus, how we are reacting to it, that is more important. And you have already told us we have to be positive in our reactions.
Yeah, see, a simple thing I'll tell you. Now, US, the number of cases is very high. Yes, do you agree or not?
Yes.
It is very high. The population is much lower. In our country, the population is high. The number of people affected is much lower as compared to the total population. And we have to remember one thing, we have a better resistance power than anybody in the world, because we have had multiple infections and we are protected. That is the reason why it is not going in crores, millions. We are yet to touch 1 lakh, and it is 2 months. And if you see the curve today, it is not going rising up. It is becoming slowly coming down.
I would request the host to unmute all the participants so that they can ask questions. By one, you can ask questions.
I got a question.
Hi, Sudha.
Dr. Shiva,
Yeah.
I got a question.
Yes.
During this lockdown, the worst effect is on
No, your voice is very low.
and they are sleeping all day.
I would request everyone to mute yourself, and only the person who is
Only the
asking the question,
person who is asking question,
he should
unmute.
I am asking the question.
Yeah.
My question is, during this lockdown, since the routine activities are off, what has happened that the whole night the children are sleeping, they are awake, and during whole day they are sleeping. Circadian rhythm has gone haywire, and it has even been shown in the parents. So how to overcome this?
First thing is get yourself engaged during the day. Don't sleep. Get yourself engaged. And please remember, if you don't get engaged, if you sleep throughout the day, you will never get sleep at night. And at night, you have nothing to get engaged to. The only thing which is free is your mind. So it will create more stress. So see that you don't sleep during the daytime.
Quite right.
That is the most important thing.
I would request whosoever wants to ask a question, they can raise their hand. Our host will unmute the person.
Sandeep, can I ask something?
Yeah, yes.
Shanbhag here.
Yes, sir.
Shiva, just wanted to, just curiosity, do you have any data as to what is the rise in incidence of mental illness during this last 2 months?
No, nothing so far. Because
Now, is there any documented data that it has risen now? It has become more. There are more suicides or more issues. Has something of that data come out, or we have just still not got any data?
not yet come out.
Not yet come out.
No, whatever I have told is anticipation.
Okay. Anyway, I only have to just comment one thing. Is what I have learned during these last 2 months is that there is nothing important in life. We run around saying today is so important meeting, this is what I have to achieve today, this is I can't do, I will not come for this, I have to do this, I have to got a deadline. Nothing is important in life. Everything get postponed. Like if COVID can postpone, I'm sure we can also postpone, and that should go a long way in giving a positive attitude towards life. I don't think that sort of a stress of deadlines and all should bother us, because it has taught us. And the second thing it has taught us to become, self-reliant. You clean your house, you clean your clothes, you clean your vessels, you clean everything. We had forgotten all that. You said maids are important, but yes. But today we have learned if tomorrow maid doesn't come, you're not stressed now, because you know that you can still manage it. I think it is the way that it's an attitude, how you look at it. And that's what I feel this whole pandemic has taught me during these last 2 months.
Well
Shiva,
said.
I have a comment for you. She could go up and down the stairs in your house if you don't get exercise. Some societies have banned even that, you know. And if everybody takes your advice, you will have 50 people not following social distancing.
That I need to understand.
So other thing is that if you are doing it alone, then your neighbors will think you have gone mad. Why are you pacing up and down the staircase when everything is shut?
You are anxious.
Yeah, you are anxious. Yeah. And Shanbag, your thing is very right. You know, this realization that nothing matters. Believe me, it's momentary. The moment this COVID thing goes off, we will all be back to our normal selves.
Same.
No, I agree, but it has taught you. It has taught you that there cannot
Definitely.
be.
Yeah, it has. It has.
Sir, age may be the reason that you have learned that nothing is important.
Nothing is
Talk to the
important.
children and they say so many things.
Yeah, nothing is important. You can even give the ICO Congress to Delhi.
Delhi.
Sandeep, le jao yaar.
No one is ready to accept it.
You know what has happened is even the epidemiology conference and everything is getting cancelled. You know, we just don't know what is happening. In a way, it's a blessing in disguise that we didn't get it. Even Shanbag was telling that we didn't get it for this time. Otherwise, you would have actually burnt a lot of fingers and lost a lot of money in this.
Lost a lot of money. Actually, which was God sent. It's divine, divine intervention that we did get 2021.
It is. Yeah,
Otherwise,
And Shiva, I just heard a lovely thing about this lockout and mental well-being. So somebody was asking me, that is it okay if out of sheer boredom I start talking to my plants and pots in the house? So my answer was very simple. You can talk to them, but get in touch with me if they talk back to you.
If they start talking back, you better go to your psychiatrist.
Do you talk to your paintings in the house, Dr. Rajgopal?
I get scared because some of them may talk back to me. There is one ferocious looking painting and the title is called The Warrior. Yeah, it's called The Warrior and I'm really scared, that warrior will draw out a sword and attack me. So I'm keeping quiet these days. But I'll tell you only one thing which I always believe, irrespective of circumstances, Shiva, the best thing is if you can carry your wits around you and if you can laugh at yourself and if you can have a sense of humor, you will be able to sail through anything. It's only when you start taking yourself or everything too seriously, that is when all the problem begins.
Yes.
So whenever I'm depressed, I actually ring up Jane, my good old friend, and he puts me back on track. Rajiv?
That's wonderful.
No, but I must thank you, Rajiv. Your never-ending source of
data,
references and data, it is unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
And they are so valid and they're very helpful. Honestly, they're very helpful. Yeah. I always used to wonder, why are you putting up so much thing? Now I want you to put up more things.
Oh, goodness.
Shiva, Raj has adapted to the change.
Wow. I appreciate even your presence. I'm feeling, Dr. Shanbag, I'm telling you, you look so bright these days, and I feel so happy seeing, activity that way, remaining connected through these channels more frequently.
Today, Shanbag believes in Trump. He has put an ultraviolet bulb inside his body.
Wonderful. That's exactly it seems.
Sorry, Chaudhary is raising his hand. Sorry.
Yeah.
Chaudhary, you're muted.
No,
Unmute.
Unmute. Yeah, Chaudhary.
Yeah, today everybody is so increasing. We are ready to take ICO whenever it will be there in India. If everybody is offering it, we are very optimistic.
This offer is valid till stocks last, as long as COVID is Chaudhary,
we will take all precautions and we will host it.
Absolutely, Chaudhary, this offer is valid till COVID lasts.
To support us, they will not divide.
Sorry,
they will spend any money.
Conditions apply. I think Ashish is here somewhere, our ICO secretary. I don't know where is the ID.
You offered it first. You give your support to us. Rest we will manage.
जब भी करना है, जहाँ भी करना है, करो यार.
So we would request Dr. Sudha to speak something. Yeah, Dr.
Sudha, just a moment.
Yeah.
Before that, before Sudha speaks,
Yeah.
let me reiterate that we have a IOH conference coming up next year.
Yeah.
What I overheard just before the session started, that Hyderabad people are scared. I mean, everybody should be scared for that matter.
They're scared for what? COVID.
Conducting the conference.
No, by that time you may not be able to get rid of this situation. No, honestly, I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Of course,
yeah,
unless a vaccine
absolutely.
comes out, yeah.
Which is very unlikely.
Anyway, we can discuss it
but
more.
I was informed today. In fact, IAPSM National Conference was earlier when
Hello.
Bhubaneswar. Now it has been taken by
Pingala.
this Chandigarh.
Yeah.
PGI Chandigarh has taken up. So they have announced the dates for IAPSM conference next year, March 18 to 21.
So they postponed it to March.
I believe it's March 18 to 21. It's a link with IOH conference. So I'm just informing the group. Today, Dr. Thakur, who is a faculty in PGI Chandigarh, he has announced and he has firmed up the dates. So early March onwards, national conferences will happen because you may get the surprise from tomorrow, the way things are happening. There is definitely a move to open up the transport sector also. Gradually, a lot of other activities will open up, as is happening in the Western world. USA, Europe, most of the countries are opening up now. Normal transport activity, including hotels, will start functioning with revised, social norm. That we have to get used to it. That means we will be able to live with it and move on with the normal life. That is what is going to happen sooner than later that people expect. In India, people are fed up. The way the government is controlling everything, they want to assert themselves. So it's all the cities at the moment just want to get on with the normal activity.
But it's difficult, Jane, unless you get a lid on this, because there's so much talk about this getting over and all. We still don't know the nature of the beast. We are 5 months, 6 months into this entire episode, and the worry is about a secondary wave and stuff like that. We have to wait and watch, Jane. It's not that we don't want to start off. We have to wait and watch and see.
If you see the number of Shramik special trains that Railways is pressurized to run, and the kind of Rajdhanis that we are running, every day 20,000 people at New Delhi railway station. I'm residing very near, and I see Rajdhanis, within 4 hours, 7 Rajdhanis moving from New Delhi, and all are full, 1,500 or so.
They will be full.
And
So many
Shramik
migrants.
special. So not these migrants. These Rajdhanis are plush, first AC, second AC, and third AC. Normal Rajdhani trains. But on the Shramik special at Delhi, we are running now 150 trains, with each train carrying 1,200 people. So normalcy will happen sooner than later. And the government tomorrow will may sprung a surprise with the 18th of 17th tomorrow, the lockdown 4 ending.
No, but
the way announcements are being made.
Rajiv, what I feel is that opening up will happen, but for large congregations, getting into colleges, schools, conferences, weddings, this I don't see it coming until the early next year.
But you must see, Karnataka has opened the hotels. The chief minister, yes.
But I agree. Karnataka has opened, but people have to go, na? People
are afraid, They don't want to go now.
We have to learn new ways of holding conferences. It will be hold, definitely it will be hold. But the definition of normal will be changed forever.
New norms will come.
Education system will change forever, and
I agree with you.
Epico 2020, which was being held in Canada, you must have seen the noting. What they've said. They're planning an e-conference, which was a physical conference. There will be e-conference sometime in September this year.
Epico wants to hold an e-conference, but getting an e-conference or we holding an e-conference has got no value. We want to get the full in-person conference if we have to get it.
Yeah.
Otherwise it makes
no sense. Yeah.
You can't make money out of it. You can't do much out of it. It's just a academic conference otherwise.
I know.
What our interest is getting ICO is we have to get all these people to come here. Like the Bombay conference, we got quite a few people coming and talking that you can do a lot of things. Similarly, if you can get in-person conference like EPICO coming, 200-300 log aa gaye, then people will start having a lot of confidence in coming for ICO.
Yeah.
And 21, by the way, is India has Dr. Rajgopal had gone to New Zealand. They had got.
I was.
Dr. Sarangdaran, can
Now
you
we are
mute
talking
yourself,
about. See, actually, when we went and bid there, we got 2022.
Yes.
ICO 2022 was our allotment. Now, what is happening is Canada is not holding it this year in 2021. It's not holding. It might hold in September, October with the E-conference. They had asked us, what are we going to do? Now, if they hold it in September, October, then holding it in the next conference will be with 2022 with ICO. EPICO will be with ICO.
Right.
Then we said, you give us 2023. So we will hold it in 2023. 1 year it will get postponed.
All right.
But now,
because September, October, if you hold in 2021, then again 2022, ICO ke saath mein EPICO will go with ICO.
Yeah.
Yes, that's because generally
true.
EPICO during the Global Congress is held concurrently.
So 2022 will be with ICO because now ICO is in 2022.
Yeah.
So 2023 we have said we will try to hold it in March or so in 2023.
Right.
Jain is a board member, yeah.
We are not yet confirmed. I know he's a board member.
Yeah, he's a board member of EPICO,
I know,
so he should help us in terms of the right strategy when to hold it. But 2023 seems to be the ideal one.
I think that would be nice.
Yeah, actually Damien has marked a copy to him about our meeting also. I think Damien has marked it to him also.
Yeah.
Shanbag, now the insurance premium of conferences will increase.
Yeah, we were lucky. We had to pay a little less. We insured our Mumbai conference for 2 crores of rupees. And we paid 1 lakh of rupees as premium.
That premium is nothing compared to the
Nothing.
that you get.
Yeah. So we had insured it for 2 crores. Though we had done it much before COVID came into the picture. We said if you are going to spend about 2 crores, 2.5 crores of rupees, then it makes sense to. Like Wimbledon, not this time Wimbledon got cancelled. They got a huge amount of money.
Absolutely.
Because
IPL also the same way.
Yeah.
Dr. Sudha, ma'am.
Yeah, Sudha, you were going to say something.
Yeah, I was going to say thanks first, and then say that what Shyam was saying earlier, we were discussing this. I was discussing with the president and Dr. Vijay Rao about our conference. Conference needs time to plan whether we can go ahead or postpone it or cancel for 1 year and go to the next. That we'll have to take a decision as the year goes on.
Yeah,
and
Dr. Vijay Rao is present.
New normals have to come in. New normals of domestic work, new normals of everybody sharing all the work at home. All this will have to come into picture. There are jokes going on about it, but I think it's a fact that we have to live with new normals.
Yeah, that's right. Dr. Ashish Vijay Jain wanted to say something. Ashish Vijay Jain.
Nothing. I think I just wanted to appreciate. It was really good insights, and trying to think of how we can really imbibe them and apply them is going to be interesting. I just wanted to thank. It was wonderful to hear all of the insights.
Thank you.
If any other member wants to raise any question.
Dr. Sheniket.
Please.
Dr. Sheniket Mishra.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. I would like to thank Dr. Shiva for a very good talk and very interesting facts shown in his presentation. And we have been doing this every week, and it's very, very good and very informative to talk to each other and listen to views on this COVID crisis. And it's also like increasing our knowledge as a occupational health physicians, so which helps us in advising our management regarding the prevention strategies and other things. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Shiva.
Dr. Kamla Patel, she is our Vice President from Delhi branch.
Yes, Dr. Sandeep, thank you. Good evening, everyone. I enjoyed the talk, and I'm very thankful to Dr. Shiva for giving us a wonderful presentation, because we all are seeing a lot of people with stress, mental stress, especially the seniors, the retired employees and their spouses, and they are having this COVID anxiety. So it will be definitely helpful. We are trying to help them out, but this would also be very helpful to each one of us, I'm sure. So I would like to thank Dr. Shiva for a wonderful presentation. And thanks, Dr. Sandeep, for putting this presentation.
Thank you, madam. Dr. Puneet, would you like to say something? Dr. Puneet Chandna? He has taken a very good session on genomic studies, vaccines. This was the second in the series. Dr. Puneet Chandna? Dr. Puneet? Anyway, any other participant who want to say something, sir?
Dr.
Hello.
Hello. I'm Dr. Mishra again. I wanted to just share one thing.
Yeah.
Like we will discussing how many much increase in their mental health issues. So I was discussing with our EAP partner, and he was telling the usual utilization of their EAP services, this counseling services around 3%, 4%, but it has gone more than 15%. So almost more than 3-4 times increase is there in mental health issues.
Dr. Sarangaran, we have not heard him for a long time, sir.
Sir, please request everyone to please make their video on, because there's so many people without their faces. It loses its Facebook, conducting e-seminar if people are not visible even online. So what's the use? Voice we can hear on phone also. So it's a request to all the members, please be visible during the seminar.
Yes, Sandeep. It was very nice, well organized. I should thank Dr. Shiva for a wonderful talk. And one request is, see, today Tamil Nadu had another talk. So there was a clash of the talk. We should coordinate and avoid such same time happening.
Yeah.
Everything went off well.
But Dr. Sarang, I had attended that webinar, and it was a very lovely webinar. 45 minutes I was there, and new aspects of COVID-19 were told by Dr. Muralidhar Rajgopalan.
Rajgopal, yes.
Yeah. Because he told that COVID can also present as skin manifestations also, and COVID toes and COVID heel eruptions, vesicular eruptions. So all the patient can present, and we have to be very careful with these sort of presentations, and they are very common in our factory life and in our day-to-day clinical practice also. So, anyone wants to say something?
Hi, Dr. Govinda here. Dr. Govinda here. Hello. Yeah, it was an excellent talk, and this will be continue, I think, for a long time. So I think we should prepare an SOP for conducting such type of Zoom meetings or e-seminars and all, so that there are no disturbances, or people should know what they should do when they are having these Zoom meetings. This is my suggestion.
Yeah. These are the new norms. We have to gradually we'll build up the SOPs also. So
yes, sir.
So it was nice to join with everyone, and some key takeaways, as I would again repeat, sir, as Dr. Shiva has told, 3 things, important things for everyone is to adjust and accept the change. Develop patience, be positive, be close to your children and strengthen your bonds with your family. Play games with them. The problem with COVID is problem with COVID is fear, and we have to alleviate the fear and avoid news that doesn't give you any positive impact. You have to protect yourself and be supportive to others and give positive stories on the social media. Managing your mental and psychosocial health is as important as maintaining your physical health. And we need to ensure good quality communication among ourselves. Indoor exercises, basic regular exercises, they are very important. Enjoy your present and don't worry for the future. Work from home will be the new way of life. And we need to be mindful of each other, and we have to minimize the corona time, the time we spent on the TV news, listening to the TV news. We need to express ourselves, and we should not keep the things to ourselves so that we are tied up in our thoughts, and nothing is important in life. That was the key takeaway from Dr. Shanbag. And I would request Dr. Shanbag to address the gathering next week, sir. Topic we can discuss, no problem, sir.
Let us talk tomorrow on Monday, and we'll talk about what we want to discuss.
So,
you are very smart at springing surprises.
I just wanted your consent for.
No, we'll talk tomorrow. Then we'll decide what we want to talk.
For the next week, after 2 weeks, Dr. Pingle has already agreed.
Okay.
He will also give us the topic. So gradually we'll.
No, I will talk to you on Monday. Then let's discuss and decide what you want to do. What you want me to do.
So it was nice, Dr. Singhala. I'm trying to unmute him. It's not, but he's inviting everyone for the tomorrow's Central Council meeting. He has put it on the chat. Dr. Singhala, can you unmute yourself? Dr. Singhala, can you unmute?
So tomorrow at 4 p.m. for the second CCM, and Dr. Pingle is already told that he will decide for the next conference, and Dr. Vijay Rao is there. He will explain whether he will continue or postpone.
Hello.
Dr. Vijay Rao is saying.
Hello.
Dr. Vijay Rao.
Vijay Rao is not there.
No, he said he'll be there tomorrow. He's going to discuss tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Singhala, for the invitation. And tomorrow we all will be there for the Central Council meeting at 4 o'clock sharp. So thank you all, everyone, sir, and thank you, Dr. Shiva, once again for the lively session, the mental health which we need to take care, and we all should thank him for this session, and we definitely will take forward all these positive informations and suggestions which you have given. We all have to practice in our day-to-day life, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Thank you all.
Thanks, Sandeep.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Dr. Shetty.
Yes, sir.
How is Pune?
Thank you.
Pune is fine. Cases are increasing.
That is not fine. That is dangerous.
Dangerous. We are following Bombay.
Okay. Very good.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye, Sudha. Take care.
Bye. Take care.
Bye. Bye.